migrants face violations of their rights.
En esta ciudad tenemos
program was so designed to give us time.
और लिविंग एनवायरनमेंट
being a Pakistan or being a nation.
they don't actually look except whether in terms of certain
We learned ഒരു
എനിക്കൊന്ന് കേരളത്തിൽ തന്നെ
do exclude domestic workers. Convention supplemented by recommendation.
of course
all other instruments.
And finally, it's a social group as well.
funding opportunities, collaboration, solidarity.
It's what you're trying to tell us that other
Every time coming and organizing is
seems to be coming in.
Moments, and if we look at our lives, there are special moments that we have all been part of and that we continue to be part of. There are moments that change our lives. There are moments that when we look back into our lives, we see those moments as turning points. And then there are creative moments that actually transform the very societies that we live in. I sincerely and honestly believe this is one such moment.
The problem we tend to face.
So who is paying for the plane ticket?
why this kind of cooperate with
Latinoamericanos y Latinos.
which leads to the next.
Currently, the labor recruitment industry throughout the world is a cottage industry of exploitation. There's a number of bad actors in the industry and very few that practice international labor standards and do not charge fees to workers. Essentially, if the industry is to change, there needs to be strong government regulations of labor recruitment firms.
But I heard, I learned.
I had a lot of interns from law schools, and also we think this is an issue.
the issue of migrant workers, the issue of migrant domestic workers, the issue of women domestic workers is very much important.
To be honest, I think first you have to work with the societies itself. You have to tell them what is ethical and what is not when it comes to hiring migrant workers.
The question of many migrant workers.
Here for the general discussion.
Second thing is advocacy.
I think a plan of
We have been questioning this, but
5 to 10% focus on organization.
And the program was so designed to give
one of the platforms that we use to discuss this. Social media is leading all other instruments, all politics, everything is redirected to the non-democratic discourse.
we have international convention already, but it is not being promoted. So what do we have right now?
Indeed, there is no debate when it's for the nationals. But interestingly, always when you bring
up to the table the issue of migrant workers, it becomes something else.
എൻ്റെ ശമ്പളം എൻ്റെ അവകാശമാണ്, എൻ്റെ സാമൂഹികമായിട്ടുള്ള എൻ്റെ ക്ഷേമം, എൻ്റെ വെൽഫെയർ മെഷേഴ്സ് എൻ്റെ അവകാശമാണെന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ഈ 10 കൊല്ലത്തെ റിപ്പോർട്ടിംഗ് നടത്തിയിട്ടും ഇപ്പം ഇവിടെ 2 മണിക്കൂർ വന്നിരുന്ന് ഇത് എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് തിരിച്ചറിയാൻ സാധിച്ചു.
Changing from training to other programs, how we find women's rights.
We asked the facilitator the other part to Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
And with only one goal, which is committed to push for
17,000 people went to UAE. They worked different construction workers. Due to lack of due to different action of employer, they declared them as illegal migrants and they sentenced to the jails.
This afternoon we will ask our rights, migrant women, see whether there are.
It is the role of the government, whether it is in the country of origin or destination, to look at the social protection of all workers.
Actually, the employers also cannot dismiss that. That is illegal according to labor law, and there is also an anti-discrimination ordinance, which is not existent in most of the Asian countries, but we have that. But then when a migrant workers have sickness, cancer, they already have a load, they are already in deep stress.
After the photograph.
Brilliant report from the rapporteur. Stay open to your proposal.
As mentioned by my colleague here, of the marginalized human rights violations.
Yes, that's what it is. We have the list of
12 expats working with women's group.
Them communicate them and also will keep.
At that time, I was
Particular on, for instance, for the community.
the welfare considered by the constitutional texts in social security.
I think we should seriously now think of forming some kind of a task force among ourselves or a working group among ourselves that is able to go look into it deeper from the different perspectives and things like that to see how we can help in making this work.
We have had input from every region of the world, from multiple different cultures who have said the suffering of migrant domestic workers, the need for protection, and the practical steps that can do that have a lot in common, and much can be said, and this general comment should say it.
Successful migration management systems require an understanding of national migration issues and regional trends. And there comes the reality into play.
Both
see one in kind.
And we will embrace.
We as economic migration, we're mapping out the gaps.
How are you? Individual assessments.
When I was campaigning for this social protection for last 25 years, the World Bank said, how can you pay for the social protection for your workers? I said, who are you? No, this is what I told them. Who are you? Do you get, what are you going to do after 62 years? He said, I'm going to be where? In a beautiful place. Who will pay for it? Workers' money. Because your retirement is my money. When you get my money and your retirement, then you will be happy, Medicaid insurance, all kinds of insurance, and whereas my money and I won't get my retirement.
This is a battle and we need to fight it out because there is a lot of resistance to accept home as workplace. And unless there is a kind of a pressure which is built on, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very tough battle for us, but we need to fight
Million, 2 million, we have some cases.
Will be stamped like a skill on
The government will based on the options.
Very angry with its degrading, and there is
Migrant workers' top priority tend to be how do I stay on in this country and find a new job when they have lost a job. There are two powerful reasons why they don't want to go home. First, of course, is that they may have paid a lot of recruitment fees to get this job. So if the job has ended only after 18 months, it may not be enough to recover their recruitment fees. So they desperately need to get a second job quickly without going home.
When the social security system implemented, yeah, there are so many barriers. Language barriers, administrative barriers, it's like that. If there is no help of NGO, migrant workers feel difficulties. They kind of problem we have. But we may change something.
Assist the migrant workers.
Why it helps me because